shooting?
Yeah.
Do you want to lay back?
What's the vlog? Hey Jake, you want to get a thumbnail?
Always grinding.
When you get home, we're gonna have a big party.
The boxing world has just been rocked again. Right before one of the biggest heavyweight clashes we've ever seen, chaos has struck, and everyone's asking the same question: what in the world is going on with Jake Paul? Just days before stepping into the ring with the legendary Mike Tyson, Jake Paul has reportedly collapsed during training. Yeah, you heard that right. Jake Paul went down, and the entire boxing community is losing its mind.
People just like attacking Jake Paul and like wanting to see me fail.
With rumors swirling about steroid use, controversial training tactics, and the pressure of facing one of the greatest fighters of all time, Jake's collapse has set off a firestorm of questions. Has the YouTuber-turned-boxer pushed things too far? Is Jake Paul resorting to dangerous methods just to keep up with the legendary Mike Tyson? The boxing world is in disbelief, as one of the most anticipated showdowns now hangs by a thread. Will Jake recover in time, or is this fight doomed before the bell can even ring?
Yo, listen, yeah.
As the clock ticks down, the stakes couldn't be higher. This is the fight that could make or break Jake Paul. So let's get right into it. Just 2 days before Jake's showdown with Mike Tyson, the headline that's got everyone talking broke out: Jake Paul has reportedly collapsed during training. That's right. According to sources close to Jake's camp, he was pushing himself hard, like he always does, but out of nowhere, things took a sudden turn for the worse.
What's up, guys? I'm in the hospital. I had an accident.
Witnesses say Jake was in the middle of a sparring session when, out of nowhere, he hit the mat and didn't get back up. His trainers immediately rushed to his side as panic spread through the gym. Within minutes, Jake was taken away in an ambulance, leaving fans and the media wondering if this fight would still go on. It's the last thing any fighter wants before a major showdown, especially when you're just days away from facing one of the greatest boxers of all time.
Are we waiting for an ambulance?
Yes.
2 ambulances.
Now, this wasn't just a minor stumble. We're talking about a full-on collapse that sent shockwaves through Jake's entire camp and raised serious questions about whether he's even ready to step into the ring with Mike. So, what exactly caused Jake Paul to go down like that? Well, here's where things start to get complicated. In most cases, you'd assume an athlete collapsed from dehydration or exhaustion. But when it comes to Jake Paul, nothing is ever that simple. Just when everyone thought the situation couldn't get any more dramatic, rumors started flying. Word spread that Jake's collapse might not have been caused by exhaustion or dehydration at all, but by steroid use. Allegations began surfacing that Jake had been taking performance-enhancing drugs to maintain his massive heavyweight physique and keep up with the incredible pressure of going up against a legend like Mike Tyson.
Me too. New team. Woo! I've just ate so much cleaner this camp and stayed in shape.
Let's break down why Jake Paul might feel the need to turn to steroids in the first place, because building the kind of physique he's showing off right now doesn't just happen overnight. Jake's transition into boxing wasn't exactly gradual. 1 minute, he was making prank videos and flexing his YouTube fame, and the next, boom, he was knocking out opponents in the ring. That jump from internet celebrity to legitimate boxer shocked a lot of people. He went from social media sensation to heavyweight powerhouse in what felt like no time at all. But here's the thing, becoming a true heavyweight machine doesn't happen that fast. It takes years of relentless training, strict discipline, and an unbelievable amount of work. So naturally, fans started asking the big question: how did Jake manage to pack on so much muscle so quickly? He was always in decent shape. Sure, all the stunts, vlogs, and constant activity kept him fit. But once he decided to step into the boxing world, something changed. Suddenly, his physique transformed from a lean YouTuber to a straight-up powerhouse, and that change wasn't subtle. People couldn't help but notice how massive his shoulders had become, how defined his abs looked, and how much more explosive he appeared in the ring. It was like Jake had hit the fast-forward button on his entire fitness journey. For most athletes, that kind of transformation takes years of specialized training, strict dieting, and unwavering consistency. But Jake? He seemed to make it happen almost overnight.
Heyo, I'm Jake Paul from Bizarre Bar, and you're watching Disney Channel. Oh, no looker, first ever. Oh, nailed it. Woo!
I'm Jake Paul, and I survived the Larry Wade.
Here's where things start to look a little suspicious. The kind of muscle mass Jake packed on, especially as he moved up to the heavyweight division, isn't something you usually see develop that quickly. Building a physique like that takes extreme dedication, sure, but more importantly, it takes time. Unless, of course, you're getting a little extra help. And by help, we're talking about performance-enhancing drugs. It's not exactly unheard of for fighters to turn to steroids or other PEDs when the pressure is sky high, when they need to bulk up fast and stay competitive. For Jake, stepping into the ring against a legend like Mike Tyson means he has to match up not just in skill, but in size and power too. And let's be real, even at his age, Mike Tyson is still an absolute physical specimen. So, it's easy to see why Jake might feel the need to find every possible advantage. The reality is, building a true heavyweight physique is no easy feat. These fighters aren't just skilled. They're carrying massive amounts of muscle while still needing the speed, agility, and endurance to go the distance. For someone like Jake, who doesn't have the years of boxing background that most professionals do, catching up meant he had to move fast, really fast. The kind of muscle and size he's put on doesn't just come from hitting the gym 5 days a week and eating chicken and broccoli. Steroids have long been the shortcut some fighters take when they need to speed up their growth, boost explosive power, and hit that heavyweight status in record time. And in Jake's case, that rapid transformation has definitely raised more than a few eyebrows.
New PR, 500 pounds. I'm the strongest heavyweight in existence. No spot. Let's go, man. Let's go, champ. This is it. Come on, lightweight. Lightweight. Come on. Ooh. There you go. You got that. Down low, better play, better pick.
So, why would Jake even consider turning to steroids? Simple, he's in the big leagues now. He's not fighting fellow influencers anymore. He's going up against legends like Mike Tyson. The pressure to perform at that level is absolutely insane. Jake's biggest advantage has always been his work ethic, his ability to outtrain, outlast, and outmuscle his opponents. But when you're facing someone like Mike Tyson, that's not enough. You don't just need muscle. You need superhuman muscle. That's where performance-enhancing drugs come into play. They give fighters that extra edge, helping them recover faster, build muscle quicker, and push their strength beyond natural limits. And for a matchup of this magnitude, some believe Jake may have been willing to do whatever it takes to keep up.
I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years.
Jake's transformation, especially his sudden jump to heavyweight, has raised a massive red flag. You don't just go from a lean influencer to a shredded powerhouse without some serious help behind the scenes. And for someone like Jake, who's always had a reputation for cutting corners and chasing controversy, it wouldn't be all that surprising if steroids were part of the equation. Jake thrives on pushing boundaries. So, if there's a shortcut to getting bigger, faster, and stronger, he's exactly the kind of person who'd take it. But fighting in the heavyweight division isn't just about packing on muscle, it's about maintaining stamina, endurance, and mental focus while carrying all that extra weight. Steroids can help with that too. They don't just build muscle, they help fighters recover faster, allowing them to train harder, push their bodies beyond their natural limits, and bounce back quicker than a clean athlete ever could. And that kind of advantage is huge when you're stepping into the ring with someone like Mike Tyson, a fighter known for his relentless aggression and one-punch knockout power. Jake has always embraced being the villain, the guy who'll do whatever it takes to win. Whether it's trash-talking opponents, getting inside their heads, or now allegedly turning to steroids, he knows that controversy brings attention, and attention brings views. But this time, it might have gone too far. If the steroid allegations turn out to be true, it could spell the end of Jake Paul's boxing career, or at the very least, put a massive asterisk next to everything he's accomplished in the ring. Still, despite all the noise and speculation, Jake seems focused on one thing, stepping into that ring and proving he's a real fighter. The question now is, without the alleged help of steroids, does Jake Paul truly have what it takes to go toe-to-toe with a legend like Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson.
Let's get ready to rumble! Yes! Yes! Let's get it on! So what you want, this ain't gonna last long. Y'all know how tight so what you want now.
This steroid scandal has opened a whole new chapter in Jake Paul's boxing saga. And whether or not the allegations are true, one thing's certain, Jake Paul is willing to push every boundary to stay on top. Now, all eyes are on him to see if he can handle not only the pressure of the fight, but also the weight of the accusations hanging over him. The worst part? It's all unfolding just days before the biggest fight of the year, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, November 15th, 2024, at the iconic &T Arena. This event has been hyped beyond belief, a true clash between one of the most controversial figures in modern boxing and one of the greatest legends the sport has ever seen. The fight's been billed as the main event of the year, with the biggest names from boxing, Hollywood, and social media expected to be ringside. You can already picture it. The flashing lights, the roaring crowd, the electric atmosphere. It was all set to be a spectacle unlike anything we've ever seen.
Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
For months, the anticipation has been through the roof. Every boxing pundit, every fighter, and every fan has been talking about this clash. On one side, you've got Mike Tyson, a living legend who needs no introduction. And on the other, Jake Paul, the ultimate wild card of modern boxing. Love him or hate him, everyone was ready to tune in. The boxing world has been buzzing with predictions, hot takes, and endless breakdowns. Analysts and pros have been debating one big question. Can Jake Paul actually hang with a fighter of Tyson's caliber? Is he the real deal, or is this just another high-profile payday stunt? Everyone had an opinion, and the hype just kept building.
Honey, what do you think of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? That fight just got announced. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
They're gonna fight, huh?
Yeah, they're gonna fight. Do you think Jake Paul can beat Mike Tyson?
I don't think so.
Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's gonna be bad.
Press subscribe for Elite Combat Production.
But now, Jake's gone and done it again. It feels like history is repeating itself. Just when the hype was at its absolute peak, boom. Out of nowhere, Jake collapses just 2 days before the fight. Fans who were counting down the days are now left wondering if this fight will even happen. Jake was rushed to the hospital, and within minutes, the rumors started flying. Then came the steroid allegations, turning what could have been a small setback into a full-blown scandal. The boxing world is left stunned, asking the same two questions. What really happened? And more importantly, why would Jake risk it all now?
Obviously, devastating news. I'm heartbroken, speechless, gutted. We've been working so hard over here, everyone in this camp, and I just feel bad for everyone involved in this event, the whole undercard.
Jake Paul wanted this fight more than anyone else. Sure, the massive payday was a big part of it, but for Jake, this was about something much bigger, legacy. From the moment he first stepped into the ring, he's been fighting for respect. People have always questioned whether he's a real boxer or just a YouTube star playing pretend. But a win over Mike Tyson, a name that carries legendary weight in the sport, would have been Jake's golden ticket, the ultimate validation. Beating Tyson would have cemented his status as a legitimate fighter and silenced every critic who ever doubted him. But now, with this collapse and the steroid scandal hanging over his head, that dream, that shot at true respect, is suddenly up in the air.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Oh my God.
The baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson.
Hardest hitting puncher that I ever saw.
Mike Tyson.
Even Jake, with all his confidence and bravado, didn't see this collapse coming. He's always been the type to push limits, to take things to the extreme, but now it seems like those risks may have finally caught up with him. And let's be real, there are consequences to everything, especially when it comes to steroids. It's not just about getting bigger and stronger. Steroids can wreak havoc on the body, causing heart problems, liver damage, hormonal imbalances, and more. There's a reason they're banned in professional sports. Jake's sudden collapse is a harsh reminder that even the biggest, strongest fighters aren't immune to the consequences of doping. The fallout from this scandal could be massive. Boxing fans are already losing patience with all the drama and stunts, and now, with Jake's future in the sport hanging by a thread, people are asking the big question, is this the end of the road for Jake Paul? Can he recover from this? Will the fight with Mike Tyson even happen as planned? Right now, the future looks uncertain. But one thing's for sure, this steroid scandal has changed everything. So there you have it, fight fans. That's all for today. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on the wildest stories in the fight world.